For anyone that doesn't know, I'm a huge Power Ranger fan. I was born the year it first came out in the UK, and basically from the moment it was on TV, I was hooked. I originally had the flip head figures, the smaller, I think they were 5-inch figures, and from that point on, I used to watch and play with the figures at the same time. I used to have Lego that I built into Mega Swords at the time because I didn't have the swords when I was growing up, and my imagination went wild with the show. I absolutely love the show. I love the franchise, and I'm at the point now where I can expand and collect the figures from my childhood and the ones I didn't have, which are these. These are the 8-inch figures. They come from '93. They were in these triangular boxes, which I absolutely love. There's something a little bit different. Kimberly's a bit loose in the box there. I think Billy's tied up still. Yeah. So as you can see, there's a little bit of damage here at the bottom, and there's a bit of where tape has been peeled off the box at the top there. But these are boxed figures. Now the difference between the Red Ranger and the other four are it has the word Mighty Morphin at the top, and that's because it's an American box, American figure. The others have come from Europe. In reality, they probably all come from the UK. I do have a UK version of the Red Ranger. Unfortunately, the guy that sent it out to me using eBay didn't put any tape wrapping parcel, any sort of goodness to it, and it arrived really squashed. I'm keeping it, but I'm not happy with it. So I went and got one from America because the price was right. So as you can see, I've got all 5 boxed triangular figures. Billy's now upside down. Let's put that back to how it should be. Oh no, I'm destroying the set. So they're the 5 boxed figures, and they are loose. I didn't actually have the 8-inch figures growing up. I started off with the flip heads, and yeah, I kind of skipped over these ones. They also didn't really match the other figures I had. All the villains I had were the same size, so these would have been off-scaled, and I probably wouldn't have wanted them in reality. And what you can see there is Zach, Kimberly, Jason, Billy and Trini, the black, pink, red, blue and yellow Ranger. I absolutely adore these boxes more than the figures, just because they are slightly different to what you're used to. Most of the Power Ranger stuff either comes in a normal square rectangular box or a cardboard sleeve with a bit of plastic around it. The figures themselves I do like. I'm not going to disagree and say I don't like them. There are a few issues with them, a few complaints I have with these figures. But I'm just gonna say the first thing I absolutely love about these figures, every part that should bend bends. The foot bends, the knee bends, the legs move back and forwards and side to side. The hands move up and down with a trigger finger, which is amazing. The shoulders move left and right. The heads move left and right. This one's a little bit on the tight side, but they're really good for display pieces. As I'm older, they'll go on a shelf in an action fighting setup, and they'll look really cool for pictures later on. They look really cool standing up straight, how they kind of look now. You can bend them, have them sitting down with their legs dangling over a shelf. The options of how you display these are absolutely unlimited. No, yeah, it is unlimited. Not very good with words at the moment. The helmets on these figures are really, really good. I've seen a lot worse in newer figures. I'm really impressed with the Red Ranger's helmet. Billy's is pretty decent too. Trini's looks like it's been squashed a little bit on the side, and to be honest, it's the same with Zach's one. Kimberly's helmet I've always disliked. It's always looked really... It looks like someone's like pushed really hard and flattened it while it was still being moulded. It's just really, really skinny, and I don't know why. Apart from that, I really like them. There are a few faults with the images of them, which I'm going to go through quickly. For example, let's start with the main one, which we're probably all going to mention. The power coins on their chests. They're not there in the show, so why are they there now? all of the Rangers from the original 5 have them. I watched a video on YouTube the other day, and he basically said it was because they wanted to copy Marvel and DC. Batman has his logo. Superman has his logo on his chest. Why can't the Power Rangers in the toys? Makes them stand out a little bit more. I don't know if that's true or not. I really don't. But yeah, it irritates me. I almost want to Tipex over the logo and just make it a nice white diamond. The red light on the belts, you know, the morphers aren't correct on the belts. That's a bit of an irritation in my eyes as well. If they're able to put the logo on the chest, why can't they put a miniature version of the morpher on the belt? Why is it red? I've never seen a red button on the belts before. Why is it now on the figures? The holsters are one of the things that I never learnt about, or I never knew about until I learnt about it fairly recently. They're on the wrong side. These should be over here. They should be on the left side of them and not on camera left. And unfortunately, the people that designed these have clearly copied it from a screen and didn't realise that they needed to flip the image. So yeah, unfortunately, these aren't on the right side, which is really frustrating. They should be on the other side. And another frustration with these diamonds, even if I wanted to Tipex this bit out, I don't know why they didn't follow it on to the back of the figures, because they've got the paint work on the back of the arms and legs, but not on the chest piece. There should be a diamond here, and there isn't. A little bit of a frustration overall, but the figures themselves, as a child, were amazing. Now you've become an adult and you look at them and you pick out all the little bits that irritate you, little bits that wind you up a little bit. They did bring out a Green Ranger and a White Ranger in the 8-inch figures to complete your set. I've got a Green Ranger that's loose, it's missing its shield, and his head is incredibly wobbly. And then I've recently picked up the Green Ranger with his shield. Again, it comes with a power coin on his chest, which I don't know where they got that power coin from, because that's not his. Doesn't look anything like his power coin, so where did that one come from? And the other thing that he's missing is, you might remember that he had gold parts on his arms. I think maybe on his legs as well. I could be wrong there. Should have probably looked into that a little bit beforehand. But yeah, basically, the costumes aren't perfect with the Green Rangers, but they're the same moulds to the remaining 5. When I brought out the White Ranger one, I have a nice White Ranger that's a little bit sun faded by the looks of it in certain angles. And again, that one is horrendous in condition on the front. Give that a bit of a clean later. I mean, I also have a complete one outside of box, and as you can tell, it's also a bit discoloured. I almost want to put this shield on that figure. This is also a talking figure, which came out in '95. And the other two are just standard ones, which would have come with the Tiger Sword. Both the Green Ranger and the White Ranger came with their swords only. They didn't come in the triangular boxes, which is a little bit of a shame, because I would have loved to have had the two either side as well. That would have looked really nice. But you might kind of notice that the White Rangers are a little bit different to the remaining. It's got the right patterns on its arms and legs. The holster's different. It's still on the wrong side, but it's different to the holster. Even the Green Ranger had a white one, where I think in the show it was black. Green Ranger come with the Power Blaster and not a Dragon's Dagger. White Ranger, correct weapon. So the White Ranger is almost the closest to how it should look, with the figures missing certain parts, which is a bit of a weird one. I guess it's maybe because it's season 2, season 3 at this point. All the 5 or 7 Rangers, I guess, are based with a male figure model. I guess they're all the same shape. They're all from a male body lineup, which is a bit weird. Obviously, Kimberly was tiny in the show in comparison to Tommy. Her Power Ranger suit, she would have had a skirt, which she doesn't in the figures. which is a little bit, again, not correct. You know, you could moan a bit about that, I guess. They're all the same height. You know, again, like I just said, Kimberly's a lot smaller than Tommy in the show, but they're the same height in the figures. The White Ranger, he gets his signature weapon, like I said, and the green one doesn't. That really irritates me. I would have loved to have got a dagger for that. I wonder if there's anyone that actually sells them online. The wrong power coin on the Green Ranger is really frustrating. It's weird that they didn't put a power coin on the White Ranger. I don't know why they just gave up after that. Like I said, I do think the pink one's worse out of the lot. The figures themselves are really cool. I really appreciate having these in my set. And what I'm going to do is, on my shelf, I'm going to have boxed ones at the back of the shelf so they don't get damaged or hurt any more than they are. And I'm going to have the loose ones in the best condition in front of them. And I might even put the flip head ones in front of them, as I've got the set of them as well. They did also bring out karate action figures, which I will mention in a different video, as I've now kind of started collecting them as well. They're exactly the same as the 8-inch standard figures, but they have a moving body part there and a button on the back, which allows you to karate chop. I think Kimberly might have been a kick-in. Kimberly was a kick-in. Her head's really loose on this one. I think Jason was a kick as well. Zach was a kick as well. So I think Billy was a chopping as well. I think Billy might have been chopping as well. I'm not sure if they only did the audio figure in the white one, or if they did the audio with all of the Rangers. Again, that might have been like a season 2, season 3 kind of one I haven't got to yet. But again, like I said, I never had these as a kid, so now I've got them. I'm really actually quite happy that they're in my collection. And hopefully, if you enjoyed this video, I'm going to end it here. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Tell me what figures you had as a child, if there's any that you wished you had. Did you have these ones? How easy was it to lose the shields, or the daggers, or the swords? And hopefully maybe the next kind of talking video that I do with Power Rangers in this term might be the karate action ones. It might not be, but it might be. But yeah, if you liked this video, please hit the like button, comment in the comment section below, and if you're new to the channel, sub to me. I'm just over 300 subs now. I'd love to hit 350.